Hi there all, welcome to the new named The Blind Man's Kitchen. Now this title has come from the fact that most of these recipes are done by a blind man, but today my leg is playing up a little bit, so I'm going to introduce someone else later on in about a couple of minutes. But first I want to tell you about a few changes to this channel. Over the last 6 months or so, I have been putting up different ranges of videos, and I have found that these cooking ones work. So basically, every Saturday you will see a new one of these pop up. It will be a different recipe for each week. So watch out for these, subscribe, follow, and share, because the viewers are the ones who are going to give me the recipe ideas for each week. But first, I need to let you know my leg is playing up today, so I'm not going to be the one doing the cooking. I'm going to introduce one of my cameramen here. We'll just call him AJ. Now, he's going to be doing the cooking. We're going to master chef it up a little bit here today. While I guide him, he's going to be the one doing the cooking. And what we're making today is an easy, very easy Father's Day recipe that you can cook for your father, or you can cook with your family for Father's Day to help celebrate Father's Day. It's simple, it's meaty, so I have to admit it's not a vegetarian dish. So if your father's vegetarian, you may need to adjust some of the things that you use. But here we go. I'm going to introduce my usual cameraman AJ here, and he's going to take over while I take a seat, and we're going to master chef this up a little bit. Right, so I'm going to make my way to my seat, and I'm going to get AJ to come into this kitchen here. Right, where are you there, AJ? Now, first things first, I'm going to get AJ to put some pasta in the pot. Now, if you're just going to get myself comfortable here, if you're feeding 4 to 6 people, 2 cups to 2.5 cups of pasta in a pot with just a bit of water. As you're boiling that, you prepare your mince and you prepare everything else. Right. So, I'll just let him get that on there for a start. As you can tell, everything is prepared out on the bench, ready to go like every other time. Right, we also have the electric fry pan out here. Now, I don't have oil today, so I'm going to be using a bit of margarine to fry off just some garlic seasoning and a little bit of salt.
Actually, we might change the margarine to some butter if you've got some butter, because that will be better.
Butter is good. There is butter in the fridge.
Thank you very much.
Good suggestion. Butter is just as good. I apologise for that coughing. So, once we get that on, we'll start frying that little bit of butter with the garlic seasoning and get those flavours just blending. Now, to tell you a little about this fella here.
And how much butter do you use?
Oh, let's just say, I don't know, 50 to 100 grams. 50 to 100 grams for a start of the butter.
Okay, so we have the butter in the frying pan, just waiting for it to melt until, and then we'll put the mince in and get the mince underway.
Yep. As well as the mince, we'll be slicing bacon and adding that into the garlic as well.
So while I'm waiting for the butter to melt, I'm just going to chop up some mince to have my associate here showed me how to do it one other time. as
And
you get.
yes, and today we have both beef and pork mince. As you know, most fathers they like their meat. So this has got 3 different types of meat in it. One's a stock, one's mince, and one's the bacon. In this, you will also need 2 different types of cheese. You will need normal cheese, I use Edam, and you will also need a bit of mozzarella. That goes on the top at the end of it, once it goes in the oven, until it is golden at the end of it. Oh, hear that sizzling in that pan. That sounds good, it's the sound of a healthy sounding pan.
So now the butter has melted, so I'm going to put the 2 lots of the flavoured beef. One's pork flavoured beef, and one's
One's the general beef and one's pork. That is going to be fried together alongside the garlic in the pan.
take the paper out of that. Okay, now give them a little stir here.
Yep. Make sure you got if you've got a non-stick pan, always make sure you use a plastic one. Unlike my last cooking video where I used the metal one and people pointed that out to me afterwards.
There comes in the flavours for the garlic salt.
Yep. The 2.
I'm going to throw in a bit of normal salt here.
Yep.
And just for my little bit of flavour, and I don't have to master this gun like this, but I'm going to mix some little bit of mixed herbs with it at the same time.
Oh yeah, well, it can be adjusted any way it wants to be there, mate. If you want to add some mixed herbs, add some mixed herbs. If you want to add something different, add something different. It can be adjusted, this recipe.
So while I'm waiting for the mince meat to cook, I'm just slicing up the bacon. It doesn't have to be too big or too small.
Wow. He's a good sous chef. He knows exactly what he's doing. I might keep him on for another video on this one. And as I said, every week there will be a different recipe. I'll talk about this while he's busy doing what he's doing in here. I want some recipe ideas.
So
I
we
want
just
to know what you have in mind that you would like to see cooked in this kitchen. Most of the cooking will be done by me, but every now and then I'll bring in a guest cook. Right, so where are we up to there, AJ?
while I'm waiting for the mince, I'm just cutting up the last of the bacon. And then get the mozzarella cheese in.
The mozzarella cheese, and that gets grated for on the top. That goes on the top when you put it in the oven to make it go golden brown. So that just gets grated and prepared, ready to go. Once your mince is fried up for a good, say 5-10 minutes, depending on your pan. In that electric fry pan it won't take long, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. If you're using your stove top, it'll take a little bit longer. But as your pasta is cooking and as your mince is simmering for those 2-3 minutes, that's where you prepare everything else, ready to put it all together. So once we've got all that in the pan, and that's simmering away,
Now I'm just tossing off the last of the bacon here, getting ready to go into the pan.
oh, that's smelling good. Smelling good, smelling good.
because the mince is just about ready. And then once I put the bacon into the pan,
You let that simmer for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll add the pork stock, which is the third flavour into it.
you probably don't need all this bacon.
Hey, it's a Father's Day dish. The more meat, the better.
So to all you fathers out there, this is an easy meal to prepare for yourselves for Father's Day. Anybody can do it, whether you can see or not. It's a good inspiration to get other people out there to do cooking shows like this.
Yeah. And also the fact that AJ himself has ailments himself. Ever since he was a kid, he's had club feet. He's basically got no heel on the back of one of his feet, where he barely stands himself. So even in his condition, if he can do it, then anyone can do it. And yeah, so now that everything is cooking away there, what we need to do is grab a ladle and add a couple of ladles of pork stock.
Right, now I'm just adding the bacon into the mince now.
Add your bacon as well, yes.
No, I'll just do this. Just got to top this last little bit of bacon in it. And then the next thing for me to do is
Just add the pork stock.
add a half a cup or a cup.
A couple of
pork.
ladles of the pork stock, yes. After that, we'll try and get a shot of the pork.
Yeah. Alright, the bacon is in with the mince. Now to get a ladle. Where are you?
I apologise if I'm not instructing too much here, because
No,
he
no.
seems to know what he's doing right now.
I've learned from the best. I've learned from a blind man how to cook real nice meals. It's easy to do. Anybody can do it. You've just got to focus and concentrate on what you want to do. So now I'm putting in
2 ladles of the pork stock, and you let that simmer away for, give or take on your pan, maybe 10 minutes while you wait on the pasta.
so I'm just going to stir everything around just to get everything all mixed into the... Oh, if you had smell-o-vision, mate, this smells good.
Well, that good old smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision is good.
A little bit more. So now I'll let that simmer for 10 minutes while the pasta's cooking.
In between, we grate the cheeses, ready to go. And we have the pasta on high so that cooks nicely. Now, to get the perfect pasta, only 3/4 cook it in the pot. Because when you cook it in the oven, to make it go golden brown, that will cook it to al dente. Well, if you don't know that fancy word, to the perfect texture for pasta. So, the cheese that goes on the top is half Edam and half mozzarella. If you can't afford mozzarella, that is absolutely fine. Because not many people can afford to go out and buy a small ball of mozzarella. But yeah, if you can, just leave a comment in the comments section of recipes you would like to be seen on the every Saturday, and we will work on it throughout the week to be able to produce it in the video.
So now while I am waiting for the pasta to cook and the mince to simmer, I'm going to grate up normal Edmonds cheese, half cheese and half mozzarella cheese to go on top, and then put it in the oven for one timer for 20 to 30 minutes.
Once it's all been pieced together. Once it's all been pieced together in the tray, will go in the oven, yes. Have we preheated the oven?
No.
Ooh, we better preheat the oven. Oh, so there we go. Don't worry, won't be editing that out. This channel's not about editing out the mistakes.
No, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. We don't edit out the mistakes. We expect you to laugh at these mistakes.
So I have the oven on preheating
180 degrees.
at 180 degrees. Chicken.
How is the pasta looking?
Oh, mince is looking good, bro.
Oh, that mince is smelling good.
So I'll just turn that down. While that's simmering, we're just going to check the pasta.
And the only reason why I'm not cooking in the kitchen today is because my leg has just been giving me absolute jip over the last few days. And I don't trust my leg right now to stand in the kitchen and cook.
So now I'm just preparing the cheese.
So, spicing it up a little bit, while he's preparing the cheese,
Say something about
I'll carry on talking a little bit, and I just have to mention that the second cameraman who is actually filming this is the flatmate that I was talking about in my last little short video, Shari. So, she's doing well on the videoing here. I don't know where the camera is actually facing, so... But as long as you can hear my voice, it's all good. So she's doing well on that, and I'm thankful for this little team I've got together. Because, yeah, although they don't make any money at the moment, mind you, neither am I, but I'm not doing it for the money. It's for the purposes of inspiring other people, not making money. It's not a channel that money is a big issue coming from. So as we have everything ready prepared there now, we should be able to lift that mince out of the dish, out of the pan.
Too little.
And that should be all ready. Now, in the cupboard there'll be a long glass tray that we are going to layer the mince in. And then we're going to mix the pasta in with it, mix it together, chuck the cheese on the top, and then just put it in the oven to grill. Now, I don't have the magic of television, and I can't go voila and produce how it would look with the golden brown cheese on the top, because I was not quite prepared for that. So, you will just have to make the judgment call when it's nice and golden on the top. And that's when you know it is ready to dish. And this will serve 4 to 6 servings. So it's a good sized family dish that everyone can share. Add a bit of salad on the side. And that. And you've got a bit of everything for everyone. You've got a bit of salad for the mum. Salad for the kids because they have to listen to mum. And, well, for the dad, well, you've got this nice big meaty pasta baked here. Right.
Sorry guys, I just had to add a couple of ingredients here that I forgot, but everything's working out all right. Mince is ready to go. Pasta's ready to go.
Right, so we're all ready just to drain the pasta. You can either do this with a sieve, if you get fancy, or you just put a plate over the top and just tip it down, the excess liquid down the sink. Hopefully this is a nice simple recipe to follow. And as you can tell, it don't take long. The longest time is the cooking time in the oven to get the nice golden brown on the top. And that should only take about 10-15 minutes in the oven to get it to that stage.
So right, the pasta is ready to go into the bowl.
So what we do now is we mix the mince and the pasta together all in the tray, because all those flavours will be in that. Now, depending on the size of the dish, you may need to do this carefully, or you may be able to do this roughly depending on the size of your dish. If you have a decent sized casserole dish to make this in, then you should be okay. But a dish like I've got there, well, you have to be a wee bit more careful, otherwise it goes over the side.
So what I am doing now is I'm going to mix the pasta in with the mince, mix it all around, and then I'll be putting it into a glass bowl. Oh, that looks nice.
Smells nice too there, bro. Smells nice too.
I'm just leaving everything soak in here for a little bit.
I do appreciate these guys helping me out with this video. Next week's video, it may likely be just me on my own. Depends on how my legs go. But this is just a wee different one.
I'm just going to clear everything away so I've got a clean tight bench to work on.
To be honest, I'm glad I'm not standing to do this, because I would have fallen over by now. But as everyone knows, this channel, I'll just have a wee ditty little talk in here while he's doing what he's doing. As you know, this channel is all about inspiring people, so I want to hear how this channel has inspired you. I want to hear how this channel has motivated you, no matter what you go through, to get up, and even if it's get into your kitchen and cook. That is what the feedback I want to hear in the comment section. And I would also love to hear of recipes that you would like me to try. So comment below in the comment section of some of your favourite recipes that you would like me to see and make in these videos. Right, how are we looking there, Sous Chef?
And now if you don't have a proper cooking bowl, you can compromise with having two, just because it still works out. So now I'm gonna put everything into one bowl first to see how much room there is. Oh mate, if you had smell of this, and you'd be loving this, mate. This looks so good.
Hey, another person who cooks and thinks like me. Yep.
I am proud of the master chef that has been training me over the last few weeks to inspire do some cooking videos. And I would also like to congratulate a new cameraman that is doing a wonderful job, done an awesome job there. So any future videos like this, she will be taking over the role probably as the new cameraman, and I'll be taking over the role as probably doing the cooking with my New Zealand Master Chef that is sitting beside me. That has difficulties standing up when he does cooking, so he's training me up and teaching me how to
Take over.
How to take over and
Take over when the time comes. That's the one. When I'm not up to it, this guy will be the one doing the cooking.
and you make sure your oven is on preheated, ready to go. So ready to go. So just there's heaps in here.
Well, there might be two trays there for our tea tonight. Looking forward to that for tea.
Just getting the last few bits and pieces out of this. I call it the magic wok. I call it the magic wok because it's easy. You just turn it on, flick a switch, and away you go. Don't have to do no mucking around business. Just straight in there.
Yeah,
Right.
and it don't take long to cook either.
And don't take long to cook.
If you ever need to go buy a fry pan, I recommend an electric fry pan.
Oh, so how do we grate up this mozzarella cheese? Where do we just
Just grate it like you normally grate the other cheese.
what the grater?
Yep.
What, do I tip the liquid out?
No, you don't don't take the liquid out because that's what keeps the cheese fresh for what you don't use. That's one trick with mozzarella. Do not take the liquid out because it keeps it fresh.
Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of mozzarella cheese on this big one over here.
I'm glad there's someone else to describe what's going on today because, yep, I've forgotten to take tramadol before I even, or other painkillers before I even started this. So, but that's I'm glad that I'm training up a second person for when I can't do the cooking myself.
Break the mozzarella cheese up, doesn't matter if it has to be grated
Yeah.
because it's still going to...
Break it up, grate it up, doesn't matter. It will still melt nicely on the top.
And then the next lot of cheese I'm going to put a little bit over the top of the mozzarella cheese as well.
Yep.
You sort of don't want to cover it too much, you just want it so it'll just be nice and golden brown on the top.
Yep. You're onto it. Look at that. Hardly any instructing as well. Oh,
And just put the last lot of cheese on. We've got 2 trays here that we have. So put the last of this cheese on there.
as you can tell, it goes a very long way, and you could do a decent sized dish of this and could feed at least 6 people with this meal. And yeah, as I said earlier, fathers like meat, not so much salad. So if you make a salad to go beside it, I don't think your father would like too much of salad. So maybe just put an extra serving of the pasta bake on his plate, only because it's Father's Day tomorrow. And yeah, let's see how happy
And
you
there
make
is
him.
there is 2 easy. Oh,
There you go.
and there is 2 easy meals that anybody can cook for Father's Day. It doesn't take long. Probably the preparation time is a little bit long, but there's 2 easy meals.
This is what I am calling an easy Father's Day meal. And that's what it's going to be labelled in the search bar when you go to search this recipe. Easy Father's Day meal. And just look out for the new title, Blind Man's Kitchen. Because that is one of the changes that has been made. Alright, just remember, I would love to hear your recipes of what you would like me to try. We're going to put this in the oven now and get this ready for our dinner. Hope you enjoy the cooking of this recipe. I'd like to say thank you to my sous chef here, and I'd like to say thank you to my second cameraman. And they've both done a brilliant job. I'm going to go
So
take
now
some
I'm going
painkillers.
to.
And
So
yeah.
now I'm going to put these 2 dishes in the oven that's preheated to 180 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. And then pull them out.
and they should be golden brown.
And they should be golden brown. So now I'm going to be putting them in the oven.
As there is such a time delay, and this is technically not quite live, but it is being recorded live and no mistakes are being edited out, we will leave it up to you on how golden you want it. But at the end of the day, this is here to inspire you. This is here to keep you motivated to get up and cook yourself a nice meal. Every Saturday we will put up a different dish. We'd love to hear yours. Subscribe, share, follow, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Signing off for now. We'll catch you in a week's time with another healthy recipe, and we'll catch you then.